Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. And we have Chris Harrison, former host of The Bachelor, returning to Bachelor Nation. Now, he's not returning on your TV screens, at least anytime soon. But though maybe he'll return for the, a Golden Bachelor? We'll have to see how that plays out. But he did offer a toast at a Claire Crowley event after she just got married. And he was taking shots with Gabby, Wendy, Rachel Recchia, and others, people that weren't even on his season. So Chris Harrison in the news. We're going to discuss this right now. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals, patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content, and also every afternoon Bachelor Rush Hour, the hit podcast. So I'm going to share with you guys what Claire Crowley and her husband said on the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. I'll share the toast that Chris Harrison made, and also for anyone who's looking to come to a stand-up show, my linktree.com/Dave Neal is available. You can just click on it. There's a code word bitch, and if you go to checkout, you get half off there. I didn't make the code word, folks. That's just what it is. And you can also go check out my Linktree if you want to do the podcast. It's free. You can literally just click a link, see all the different places you can download it. It's super easy, stream it, all that jazz. Okay, so Claire Crowley and Ryan Dawkins on the Almost Famous podcast. We'll get to that right after we listen to what Chris Harrison had to say, giving a toast to Claire. As we know, Claire was one of his last seasons. Let's see, he did the season following Claire, which would have been Claire's season, which became Tayshia's season. Then we had Matt James' season. That was it for Chris Harrison, as he, of course, had a settlement to leave. Here's what he had to say about Claire.
I thought it would happen earlier. I thought we might be together doing
10 years ago.
But alas, as you said, everything happened for a reason, and it got you to this point. And this amazing man. God bless you guys. Cheers. All my love.
Cheers, cheers. And of course, Lauren Zima, fiance to Chris Harrison right there. And then we've got Chris Harrison also, like either the same day or the same weekend, doing shots. Let's just watch this, and we might have to pause it. It's only a 5-second clip here. Okay, so it's music I can't play. So we have Rachel Recchia, Gabby, Wendy. No, there's Gabby. So who's this right here? I don't know who that is. Then we have Gabby, Wendy, and then we have Zach. Now, of course, Zach dated Rachel Recchia. None of these people came from a season that Chris Harrison was a part of, right? Rachel Recchia was on a Clayton Echard's season, and that was long after Chris Harrison had left. Did I get all that right? Oh my gosh, it's all blending together, right? Anyway, why are they doing shots? Katie Bigger, wait, where's Katie Bigger? So maybe Katie Bigger's, maybe she's she's operating the camera here. So, and then we've got whoever the hell this is. And anyway, so very interesting. Of course, Zach and Rachel Recchia had that weird fantasy suite that they reference, and no one ever knows what went down. Maybe she just wasn't that into him. Maybe they had a fight or political differences. Who's this? Somebody let me know. Who's that? I have no idea. Is she part of the thing? Anyway, Katie Bigger, you could call her the bigger person for being okay, I guess, hanging out with her fiance's exes, right? That's what that is. But either way, good for them. It just shows emotional maturity. And then, of course, Chris Harrison giving Claire Crowley that toast. Chris Harrison was staying with Ben because they're all friends. They golf together. And here's what Ben had to say talking to Claire. Did we tie it all together? Am I losing my mind? Did any of this make sense? Hit the like button. Your boy is trying.
I want to start with just maybe getting some clarity. How did the two of you meet?
This being Claire Crowley and Ryan Dawkins.
I feel like we said this 14 times last night, but
That's all right.
it couldn't be any more exciting than just sliding in the DMs. Ryan slid in the DMs, and
So Ryan slid into Claire Crowley's DMs. Tomorrow, we're going to discuss Gabby sliding into Ben Higgins' DMs. Can somebody draw this out on a wall for me? A lot of sliding happening into DMs. Sliding should be the word of the year here. All right, so anyway, he slid, and hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
and I guess just went from there.
So Ryan, I was talking to you because you did slide into the DMs. That's what I did. We both found love that way. So going back, why did you reach out to Claire? Like, how did you know of her? What interested you in her?
So I'd never seen any of the Bachelor or Bachelorette shows, and it was either Hulu or an ad reading some sort of news article, and I came across a promo for her show in 2020, and I thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world. And
Wow.
and
Wow, getting emotional here. You can see his voice breaking up.
and so I was going through a split with my ex-wife during that time, and or that summer, and then it took me about 7 months to get up the courage to reach out to her.
Claire, when you hear that he thought you were the most beautiful woman in the world, you just smiled. You got giddy, and we were talking about it. You know, we've been able to know each other really since the start of this show 6.5 years ago. So we've seen a lot of each other's lives progress. You just seem super, super happy right now.
I am. Thank you. I am. And that was my phone ringing. Sorry.
All right, so they discuss their happiness, which by all means, we're happy, they're happy. It doesn't make good podcasting when people just say how happy they are. Okay, no, I get it. So then we have 17 minutes of commercials. You think my commercials are bad? This is a 14-minute interview with 8 minutes of commercials. Okay, folks? So at least mine you can skip, I think, but I'm going to skip these for you. So then we go to the next clip here, which is at the 17-minute mark. And so good for them. You know, it's nice to hear that they're doing well and they're happy. Ryan, of course, not in the Bachelor world, but he's breaking up, going through his divorce at the same time that Claire's finding Dale, and then that's not working out. So it's almost like Ryan gets to see Claire and Dale not work out, and then afterwards go, oh, shoot, I can still shoot my shot here. And then shoot his shot, he certainly did.
And is amazing in that way where were you asking me that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's been always made me feel like however I feel, it's okay. And if I'm having a really crappy day and struggling, he's just, I know, and I've got it, I understand, and very just accepting and loving of whatever emotions I have, because going through this and going through the hospice and dealing with dementia is.
Now, Claire doesn't have dementia. Her mom does. And they had two separate weddings, or at least were planning to have two separate weddings. One where the mom could attend because the mom could no longer function in the way they thought she would for a normal wedding. So he was there to help her out. The mom, and I believe, do I have this right, passed away, and after that happened, Ryan, will make the conscious effort to spend time with his wife, but also to know when she needs that emotional hug. Do you know what I mean? It's not always about when your partner is ready to tell you when they need something. It's about anticipating that need in them.
It's one of the hardest things ever. There's so many ups and downs, and there's so many what ifs, and you don't know what's going on. And he just has been very patient with it. And I think it's a testament not only to what kind of man he is, but what kind of father he is, because he's that way with his girls and his daughters. And that's what attracted me to him, was how gentle he is and compassionate he is. He's like the best girl dad you can ask for, So he knows somehow how to handle it.
Ryan, it is where I want to go. Is you are a proud girl dad. It sounds like an incredible dad. Can you share a little bit about your daughters and what they're up to and what it's been like, joining everybody together?
It's been pretty amazing. Claire is the absolute best bonus mom you could ever ask for. The girls are 12 and 10. So my youngest will be 10 in a month, which is crazy. And it's definitely been wild. So we just moved into our new house about 50 days ago.
About 50.
And
about 50.
the girls absolutely love it. And they love Claire, and it's been...
So how great is that? Claire's a happy stepmom. And again, I'm sorry, I don't know if her mom had passed or not, but she's at that stage of dementia where she wasn't able to be a part of their wedding in the traditional sense that they wanted. So I not trying to spread any misinformation here. I just generally don't know as we're recording this. Either way, just really cool that Claire was able to find a guy that kind of gave her a little bit of a rudder on her ship. You know what I mean? She probably needed some stability. And A lot of people do, but you just don't. You're just not going to get it from the Bachelor franchise. Like Claire's not going to get stability from Dale Moss. He's trying to figure out who he is. He's literally in the first year and 2 years of building his own brand, his own business, versus Ryan Dawkins, a CEO of a company. He's outside of the Bachelor world. He has no social media. I mean, for some people, this is a godsend to have a guy that's not trying to get clicks and use you. You have to understand, I mean, how many people want to date Claire where they can have their own, equity be brought up or whatever, career, like things they could, she was like, look, I just want a guy who's not going to use me. And I feel like a lot of people are that way in the Bachelor world. And that's why they end up dating within the Bachelor world, because they kind of like have to date someone that's got the similar experience, whereas Claire went in the opposite direction and found a guy who could care less about, having his reels, get a lot of views or whatever. All right, folks. Well, Chris Harrison has returned. What do you guys think? He's given toast. Will he officiate any upcoming weddings? We'll have to see how it all plays out. All right, that's going to be it for me. For any updates, we will be covering American Idol. The finale was last night. We'll have that. I've got a couple other stories and more on today's Bachelor Rush Hour podcast. Link in the comment section to go watch that. Just go to bachelorrushhour.com, or you can go to my Instagram and find the bio, and there'll be a link there for ticket sales for upcoming stand-up shows. May 29th, Nashville. June 6th to the 10th, New York City. August 24th, maybe Seattle. We're still working on that date. All right, more to come. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.